Hopefully everything's been going well. And immediately into Dark Shrine, hooray! What the heck, is that an extra key? Thank you. Good morning, pair. Okay, I think this up here is a... Oh, well, we have an Argus up here. That I didn't have the red weapon out. So hooray for Argus. And 2, we have, I think this is just a side room. Okay, yeah, it's just a side room, and not the silver door that connects back to the main path. Oh, spike traps, please. Why? Why, please be good. Yesterday was yesterday was alright. It was a decent balanced run. Oh, there's a trap gauntlet inside room. We had a fairly balanced run yesterday, so that was nice. Argus in the side room absolutely sucked though. You need a good full run today. Please don't let you down. Well, I already let you down since we have a trap gauntlet in the side room. Argus along the main path, so that's nice. Hopefully, yeah, it was 3 days ago. How long? It was 2 or 3 days ago where we had that amazing full run lab. The past few days have been somewhat problematic with side room stuff. I don't know why I went out of my way to kill that guy. Okay. This room can have one point in it. One point of interest. And what is it? Okay, that's the boss room. Don't want to go there just yet. What is this over here? It is an escort gauntlet. Okay, that does not have a key behind it. Hooray! I'm not going to lose the key today. Because I really don't want to do escort gauntlets. Ow. Oh, please let me leap, thank you. And we have a dark shrine in the side room. Oh my gosh. Well, this is not great. That's 2 items inside rooms, like right off the bat. Which would you prefer for cursive vulnerability or assassin's mark? It depends. Do you have another way to generate power charges? And what skill? That's fairly important. What skill, and do you have another way of generating power charges? Don't you dare crash. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, that was not comfortable. Oh boy. You don't wait for generating power charges, then you're probably gonna have to use Assassin's Mark. Also, what skill? Like you could, like, okay, power charge on crit is just a thing you can use, but then at the same, again, it really depends on the skill. Blade Flurry Reeve, I would probably go with Assassin's Mark for damage then. I really need to get Insanity Gloves. I can. It's just that in my current state of this lab runner, adequately fast. I said this character is fast enough. If I want another character rather than get Insanity Gloves, I would probably make like the Pathfinder character. Because I feel like the Pathfinder character would be like the next proper step up from this. I guess it depends on how much Insanity Gloves would cost on this character to replace these. If the cost of Insanity Gloves to replace these are not that like, if it's 20 chaos, then okay, I'll probably get Insanity Gloves if it's 20 chaos to replace those. But if not, if it's like super expensive, like I might as well make the Pathfinder at that point, because that'll be significantly faster than a simple pair of gloves on this character. But honestly, this character feels like it's fast enough for what I have been doing. I have a weird lab tolerance. And I guess by lab tolerance, I mean I have a weird tolerance in terms of my characters and the types of runs I like doing. Someone commented on yesterday's PoELab complaining how I never really rate labs very good because of side rooms and whatnot. And they mentioned that they don't mind doing 10-room labs, and like, there's the difference. You don't mind doing 10-room labs? I do. My comment is not something based off of efficiency, it's based off personal preference. Also, I got a hunch that this secret passage up here is going to take me to the golden key room. Statue. Yep, golden key room.
I do love the stink of victory.
What is left? I have a dark shrine, a trap gauntlet, and a puzzle left to find. Okay, and this room doesn't have anything in it because the spot's taken up by the silver door. So I can just leave. Hold on, I just realized before I leave I need to connect this room. Thank you very much. I don't matter. Much appreciated. I'm not gonna say, oh, Zaid Braxis, thank you very much for the bits. It's very much appreciated. I'm not gonna say no to more gratitude, but I understand why I don't get a lot of attention, or get as much of its attention as people expect. It's mostly based on around the fact that, like, Lab is a very divisive part of Path of Exile. Like, I remember it was like 2 Bay classes ago or whatnot. Tarky. They were talking about something. Oh, they're talking about like map acquisition and like the cost of entry to certain things. And lab was brought up, and Tarky kind of Tarky intentionally drove the conversation away from lab. And actually I was actually having some like design conversations with Tarky about lab. And when I asked him, I was like, why exactly did you try to drive the conversation away from lab? He admitted that he doesn't like talking about lab on Bay class because it immediately causes problems. Like, people immediately, it's like, everyone immediately starts complaining, and like, it just becomes the worst. So he does his best to like, if he has a conversation about lab, he keeps it brief because he knows it, like, people are gonna get upset the moment people talk about lab. Like, instant will happen. I don't blame him. I don't blame him for that either. Majority of people hate lab. Yeah. That's an interesting bug. I just spawned 4 worms standing on this and none of them spawned. Huh. I just tried to spawn some worms and they didn't spawn. Apparently, they may have died in the walls. Because they force hardcore. Yeah, that is like that is one of the complaints that happens a lot about lab, and I understand it. I understand the whole why people dislike the fact that if you die in lab, you have to restart the entire lab. Some people are, excuse me. The reason that's in the game is because it was meant to be like a roguelite type of system. But also, I guess they wanted to put inherent risk onto the lab. Because you really... inherent risk on a lab to farming it. In addition to that, risk of losing an offering once UberLab got implemented. So I understand why it's designed this way. However, the main reason people complain about it is because of the fact that Path of Exile is in fact an online game. Therefore, it is bound to be imperfect in terms of connection. Disconnects, crashes, that stuff happens. And it doesn't feel good when you're trying to do lab and one of those occurs. In a perfect world, the solution would be neither of those happens, and then as a result, the whole lack of checkpoint system doesn't really matter because, it's not needed. If you never crash or never disconnect from lab, then it's the whole lack of a checkpoint system is not an issue. If you die in lab and then lose all your progress, then, I mean, learn, slowly use it as a learning experience and try to be better the next time around. That is a hurdle that people have to summit, considering the way some boss encounters also freaking were like Elder and Tsiri. I spent like 7 years old trying to learn my very first Uber Elder kill because I had to learn the fight. And okay, not only did I have to learn that fight, I had to make a build based around the problems I was having with that fight. Oh, and this is a trap. This is the... Did I ever find the oh, wait, hold on. Did I find the puzzle and forget to mark it? Oh my god, I did find the puzzle and forgot to mark it. Hold on, this room has a trap gauntlet. I think I know where it is, but let me go back and double check. I think it was back here. Yes, yes it was. Okay, there it was. Switch puzzle. If you DC to you come back to lab, but the problem is like how the heck would you? I don't know if I don't know. Can GG like detect the difference between a crash disconnect and a logout, like intentional logout and whatnot? As a result, implement a quote-unquote checkpoint for those situations. I didn't fill up my flasks like a dummy. Good enchant. Infernal blow damage. I don't know why that was a big sound. I know why that was a big sound. I know why that's okay. Thank you, Lab. Oh, that was a sad map box now that I look at it. I've completely lost my train of thought on the lab discussion. I don't remember. Ooh. Oh, wrong Imperial scheme. I've completely lost my train of thought on what we were the lab discussion. Of why people dislike the lab. Like I'm of the opinion of I get why people hate it. But it's not like the literal worst design piece of content in the game. I feel like there might be there are some things that are still probably worse than Lab. I'm looking at you, Prophecies. I'm looking at you, Talisman. I feel like isn't this thing worth a bit? No, it is not. But I can at least val it to brick it. Alright, perfect. Let me go and make these lab notes.